Everyone, it's Monday and therefore it is time for Reacts. And of course, we are doing a Geoguessr Reacts. This is Zigzag. So Geoguessr Pro attempts to name all 197 countries. So 197, I think there's 198 depending on how you recognize them. So that can also mess you up as well. So who knows? But do we think he's going to do it? I don't know. I think it can be more difficult than you think sometimes, especially if you don't travel much. But hey, I've done things like this before. I've done it with the US states and things like that. So let's see how well Zigzag does when it's not just Geoguessr that he's doing. Let's get into it.
Yo, what's good, everyone? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. And
by the way, do let me know how the audio is. I know a couple of weeks ago somebody said that the audio wasn't great. It kind of messed up. They couldn't necessarily hear the person on screen. They could hear me, but not necessarily them. So do let me know. I'm keeping my mic relatively close today, and I've tried to mess with the settings so that their audio is up as well. So do let me know. I don't know why it does this every now and again. It just defaults my mic. It messes up with different things. I've recorded entire videos and then they've been completely mute. So I've had to throw the video away, which is very annoying. So if you ever wonder sometimes why a video comes out on a Tuesday, not a Monday, it's because shit like that happens, and I don't know why. But do let me know. Hopefully it's gone back to normal, but let me know how the audio is.
I've got a question for you today. How good are Geoguessr pros at geography? Well, this is a question, obviously, that highly depends on the pro.
Yeah, so that's going to depend. So I think Rainbow, obviously. You've got Jake Lyons, who's just ridiculous. And I'm trying to think of any others. Obviously, there's a lot of pros that know the world, like where to find things, but whether their geography is any good. It's a very different thing, knowing the country. Because I've always said this, because Rainbow said this as well. The more you travel, the more you get to know a country, the less you actually do at, the worse you do at Geoguessr. I travel a lot, and I can't practice when I'm traveling. And that's kind of one of the things. So the kind of finding out where exactly something is. I mean, if you've never been there, you never experienced the country. So it depends on what you mean by geography. You know, I'm pretty good at geography. I used to be crap at geography when I was younger. Now I'm a lot better at geography. But yeah, it kind of depends. It depends. I don't know if Zigzag's going to be that good because we rarely see him out of Australia. Like we've seen him a couple of times in other places. Obviously, he was in Sweden for the World Cup last year, but do we see him many other places? I don't know. Rainbow, we see him all over the place. So yeah.
Players like Blinky and Jake Lyons know thousands of subdivisions all around the world, and all the countries, of course, as well as many geographical things which the average viewer of my channel probably does not know. However,
also,
for me, that's not
Blinky's
necessarily the
more
case.
because
I've always been
French,
interested
so
in countries,
Europe.
flags, and that kind of thing, but I'm no geography expert. On the channel, about 2 years ago, I did this quiz, and I think I missed a few countries. I actually don't recall the results of that. I definitely didn't get them.
Let me know if you'd want me to do this as well. Like, if there's one of those quizzes where you want me to name every single country in the world, I'll give it a go. I'm not guaranteed I'm going to be able to do it, but at least I'll be able to name the countries I've been to. Same thing with the capital cities. If you want me to do capital cities, let me know as well. Because, again, will I get all of them? Probably not, but I'll get a fair amount of them. I think at one point I did name all of the capital cities in Europe, or at least I got close. So I'd be able to give it a go for the world. Don't know how close I'd get. I'd get probably the obscure ones that I have been to. But do let me know. I'd love to give that a go if you're interested, and see if I can name all the countries as we're about to see from Zigzag. Although I'd be really embarrassed now if, after saying about geography, I get less, but hey.
Them all though. So today I'm going to take this quiz completely without practicing and see if I can actually
get
them
196,
pure test. If I get
198,
I'll happily show you guys. And if there are any other geography quizzes that you want me to take or take again that I've done in the past, let me know and I'll do them.
Same
soon.
vibes, exactly.
But let's get into things here. I always like to start with North America. Can you zoom in on this map at all? You can. Excellent. So that'll be helpful. I like that.
So he's going. Okay, so
first one,
yeah, he's going.
Also,
by the map.
My typing skills. They're not very good. Canada, USA, Mexico. We've got Guatemala. And then next to it is
he is literally
Belize.
He's going in order.
Then it's, I think the bottom one is El Salvador. Then we have Nicaragua, I think. No, Nicaragua is, I think, the next one, but I'm allowed
to use
a country,
country,
by the way. My
so it doesn't matter if you do them in order, because I would potentially do them
Honduras is
alphabetically.
the other one, and I guess it is with the U.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Honduras
Costa Rica
is spelled differently.
Panama, And then we're onto the Caribbean islands here. This is a place where I could see myself missing one. We got Cuba,
the Caribbean
Jamaica,
islands are going to be difficult.
Dominican Republic. Oh, actually, Dominica just got accepted, so we have to do Dominican
I was going to say,
Republic
you
again.
do Dominican Republic both.
Nice. Haiti. Okay, so now things get a little...
That is one thing with that quiz. Like, Dominica and Dominican Republic, many people may not actually know Dominica's a place. But it gets given to them automatically because they're writing out Dominican Republic. That seems like you should have to press enter.
More challenging. Let's just be nice and recent. I actually don't know the order of them here, to be fair.
Well,
but let's think.
Is the order right? Do you just do the alphabetical order?
Trinidad and Tobago.
I feel like I would do that. I'd certainly do that with
Trinidad,
the American
got St. Kitts
states.
and Nevis.
Which I can...
We've got
did name
St.
all of them, I
Vincent
think, back in the day.
and the Grenadines. I think there's only a few left, right? We've got Barbados. And I missed up there Bahamas. And now I have to think for a second. Grenada? St. Lucia?
See, if I started to go wrong,
sure.
I think I'd just go back to the area I know.
It would really help if I knew the order in which they come. And obviously a lot of these are owned by overseas.
That's interesting. So, what do you guys think? Because, like I say, ages ago, back when I had like 200 followers, I did doing the states of the United States, and I think I got all of them. Or I may have missed one off. I tend to miss Nebraska for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. But I was trying to do it in 10 minutes, which is what it gave me. I probably will do that one again as well, just to beat it. But I know with that one, I did them in alphabetical order. The geography of it, of the state, actually didn't help me. Nowadays, it possibly would, because I know the geography of America a little bit better. But alphabetical order definitely made more sense to me, because I knew how many... I kind of knew the order of how they were meant to be alphabetically. How would you do it? If you were going through all the states and everything, or going through all the countries, how would you do it? Because we've seen this a couple of times with Jack Sucks at Geography and Toby from the Sideman have both done all of the countries in Africa, and they both did it pretty quickly. But I know one of them did it by area and one of them did it by alphabetical. I can't remember which way around it was. But that, I think, is an interesting one. How would you do it out there? Especially the Geoguessr players. Like, let me know how you guys would do that, because obviously you're used to doing things a certain way because you play Geoguessr so much.
Countries, so that also never helps, but I'm not sure if we're missing anything here. We might not be. Okay, well, we can actually check here. North America, we are missing the first one. I wasn't exactly intending on seeing the alphabetical order, but we know now.
And it's... I love the fact that I literally said about I would do alphabetical, and he's immediately like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I do find it interesting because I find it very strange to do it the other way, depending on what you're doing. I mean, naming all the countries, I probably would do it by. I probably wouldn't actually. I'm thinking of doing it by order. Even in Europe, I don't think I would. I'd do it by alphabetical, but because I'd be able to see it, I'd know where something's missing.
That it starts with an A, I guess, or a B. Antigua and Barbuda. Yeah, damn it.
Barbuda, yeah.
Well, I think I would have got there anyway, but I will refrain from using that in the future. I wish it would tell you how many were missing without showing the order, because that made it kind of too easy.
That
but
does
anyway,
make it
I'll
easier.
just refrain from looking at it from now on. So we got Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, France, Ecuador, Peru.
I love the fact. I love the idea of just doing France and South America. I know French people out there if you're watching, but to me it's still not. Like British colonies abroad. They're not British. They are, but they're not. It's not. It's weird to think of it as the same country. It's its own thing.
Paraguay, Uruguay,
Chile.
Argentina, and Chile. Nice, that is 36. I think that's the Americas completely covered now. So let's move on to Europe, another fairly easy one. So let's start with
Europe,
Denmark,
I think, is pretty...
Iceland,
there'll be a couple you might
Norway.
forget. So I think ones that people would generally forget would be the small ones. So Andorra, San Marino, things like that. I don't think he's gonna miss that, but it's possible people would.
Sweden, Finland,
Monaco as well.
Russia,
Monaco feels like a
Estonia.
really obvious
my
one people
typing
would
skills
miss.
have improved a bit, guys. I mean, obviously this video is much more nicely edited than last time I did it, but still. Latvia, Lithuania, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Romania,
It's a really
Bulgaria.
interesting way of doing it.
Greece.
He's also going from the right
Macedonia.
across. See, this is weird because the way he's done it, he's like, we've got the UK, but then we've got Russia, and he's done this. He's done like a weird loop background, but
Albania,
Hey.
Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro.
I love
Bosnia,
Montenegro. Montenegro has the best Italian
Croatia,
food outside of Italy.
Slovenia,
Just saying.
Hungary, Slovakia, Czechia,
I need to go back out to Montenegro. I might have to
Poland,
book a flight.
Germany.
In fact, by the time you're watching this... No, actually, this is going out the same damn recording. By the time you see my video on Wednesday, I'm probably not here. I'm probably on a flight.
Netherlands, Belgium.
It'd be interesting,
Luxembourg,
how many countries
Austria,
do people think I went to last year?
Switzerland,
Because
Italy,
whenever you see
San
me,
Marino,
I'm here.
Vatican, Malta,
I have
Cyprus,
recorded in advance.
Ireland, Portugal, Spain,
Yeah.
and am I missing anything? Monaco. I think that's all of Europe. I wonder if anyone... Oh, sorry, Turks. I guess we should do Turkey as well. But I wonder, and this is my definition of Europe.
And
I know
Monaco.
people include the Caucasian, or at least Armenia and Georgia in Europe.
So Armenia and Georgia are European. Georgia does overlap, but it is, by definition, Europe the same way Russia is, but it sits on that thing.
And part of Kazakhstan as well. But to me, I don't know. In my education, that was never how I conceived it. But I'm also fine with that definition as well, of course. I wonder if anyone's ever completed Europe in that order before. I would love to know. I guess it's probably statistically
okay,
unlikely, but
he went with the fact that
way
that was a weird
Ireland
order.
Third last. Who knows? Next.
And
countries
Monaco
here,
was
let's
his
do the
last
Caucasian
one.
ones.
That
So
makes
Georgia,
sense.
Armenia, Azerbaijan. Oh, I actually spelled it correctly. Wasn't expecting
That
to
is
do
one
Anyway,
you'd kind of
let's do
think,
Middle
what?
East, so Syria, Lebanon.
I think that's going to be the
Palestine,
biggest
we'll
issue,
include
isn't it?
I
It's
guess it's
spelling
UN
for a lot of
recognized
these.
countries. So just do Israel next. Jordan, Iraq.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's 196, so it's missing a couple of countries. So Vatican City, I'm assuming, wasn't wasn't counted because it's UN definitions, and if you're not recognised or don't wish to be recognised, it's all that kind of stuff.
Do we miss anything Middle East? So no. So
What have we
Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Oman, Yemen. I think we did all the Gulf states here. I think. Yeah. Let's do Africa.
I'd love to be able to zoom into his, but I can't, obviously,
So I'm not going to miss it this
that's
time.
when you're
Let's
gonna-
do Egypt.
you're gonna pick
I'm
it out.
try and
The
do
zooming
in
in's gonna be
order
really
with no
helpful for
gaps
things
here.
like
So
this.
Libya. I always forget it's the Y after. Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco,
Yeah.
Mauritania, Mali,
West-
first. Then
Are they gonna
Niger,
include Western
then
Sahara?
Chad,
I don't think they
Sudan.
have they? No.
Was that Eritrea or Djibouti?
So again, there's another one. Western Sahara is a disputed area by from Morocco on the west. Obviously, it's Western Sahara. Jesus, but yeah, there's a lot of these. They could make this so much harder by including the states that aren't recognised. But of course, then how far down the list do you include? Because there's a lot of states that aren't recognised by anyone at all. Like, so do you do it as if they're recognised by one country, then you recognise it? Possibly. But or one recognised other state, then do you recognise it? Because there's a lot of other ones that you could then include. But it would make things a lot more fun. They should do a map with that. They should do a map of all the kind of singularly recognised states. Because I think that'd be interesting as well. It'd make this a lot more difficult.
Next, I think it's Eritrea. Nice.
I do want to do a video of that actually for my travel channel.
I don't know how to spell that. Oh, it's got an I in it. Ethiopia, South Sudan. Oh, it's so satisfying watching it get filled up, right? I don't know. You just need,
It actually
Central
is.
African Republic,
It genuinely is when you do it
Cameroon,
like that. It is kind of.
Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana. Is it above Ghana, Burkina Faso? Let's get rid of that D. Nice, it was. Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire?
I don't know how to spell it. Ivory Coast will do. Okay, now I'm actually not sure. I think it's Liberia next. On the
He
bottom
tried to do it in the right order.
And then
It's the
these-
right way of
these are
saying
the
it.
ones I
Didn't
always
work.
mix up, but it's good. I've got it down to 3 countries. So I think next one is I'm gonna say Guinea-Bissau.
He's literally doing the
Guinea
exact
is above
order. It's just.
Guinea-Bissau. Bissau. There we go.
yeah.
Oh no, Guinea-Bissau's above. So what am I missing here? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone. Thank you. Nice. I always forget that that's the Sierra Leone, but hopefully I can remember that now. So actually, Guinea-Bissau is above, next to Senegal, which we know from Geoguessr, and Gambia.
We do know Senegal, don't we? Don't we? Yeah. Zigzag. Ooh. Just spam a thumbs up if you understand my comment there. If you understand what I mean about Senegal and Zigzag, knowing it, spam a thumbs up. I want to see if we get any thumbs up from that. But spam thumbs up in the comments if you know what I'm talking about.
Is there. Then off the coast, we do Sao Tome, Actually, no. We want to be doing.
Saturday and Principe. These are the ones that I would start to be like, oh, okay.
Then we'll do.
He is doing so much better than I expected, though.
Gabon,
and he's not even got onto the countries that are really obvious. I mean,
next to
Australia,
Gabon
New Zealand, for instance.
it's just Republic of Congo. It accepted both of them apparently. Nice. Uganda.
I do find it very a kind of a chilled out thing with Zigzag as well. Like it's not.
It used to be 2 countries.
This could be very boring. And I will admit, when I first did this, probably the most boring fucking thing in the world. When I first did I did it for the US states. When I first just went through it, like California, Connecticut, it probably was the most boring fucking thing in the world. I do like that Zigzag's not massively animated or anything, but still entertaining. Like that's why he fits so well with Jack Sucks at Geography.
Rwanda and Burundi. Then I guess we'll go from east to west now. Let's go Mozambique. What is that? Malawi, Zambia, Angola. And now we're down into the countries which we know pretty well.
He is just kind of looping round. It's a really cool way of doing it. It's just weird.
Botswana. We've got Namibia, which is soon to be added. Madagascar. South Africa.
I think I heard about Namibia being added. This is Geoguessr is going to get so much harder.
Okay, the order of these ones I often mess up. I think that's Mauritius at the bottom. And then I think the next one up is there's the Seychelles, Mauritius, and Comoros. I think the next one up is Comoros.
I find it really weird that he's being so precise about getting them in the right order. I find because he's doing untimed. I just realised. How the fuck have I just realised this? He's doing it untimed. Okay. See, Zigzag, I think you should be timed. I think there should be a time. Like the American states, I did 10 minutes. I gave myself 10 minutes to do that. But I'm guessing this isn't his choice. This is the site's choice. But, okay. Yeah, I feel like if it's untimed, you can always do it, right? I don't know.
And then Seychelles. Nice. Okay, and then we have
we've got the easy stuff. Come
those islands there, which
he's still not done China, India, Japan, South Korea, North Korea, Indonesia. Like all of them are yet to come.
That's actually kind of disgraceful, but we'll move on. Let's go up to Central Asia now. Kazakhstan, Mongolia. How we want to do it? I'm actually going to go just from Middle East now. So Iran, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Afghanistan.
I've got to get back out of the Middle East.
Pakistan.
I've got to get it back out there. I really want to go out to Kuwait.
India.
Kuwait would
China,
be really nice.
Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh.
That's somewhere I really want to go as well. Bhutan.
Myanmar,
really want to go to Bhutan.
Thailand, Laos.
Looks absolutely beautiful.
Vietnam. By the way, when it comes to Laos, do you guys say Lao or Laos? I said Lao at the start of the channel, but I'm pretty sure it is actually Laos for the country name. Maybe
Laos.
Like an adjective, like if something comes from Laos, it's a Lao thing or a Lao person, but yeah, I don't know. Cambodia.
So I'm going to ask that as well. I don't know if I have anybody in Laos, but I think we do have some people watching from Asia. Because I did this a while ago. Actually, I'm going to have to put it back into the community again to ask where people are from. But I know we had some in Asia. Not very many, but we did have some people in Asia. Oceania. The only place we didn't have anyone was Africa. I don't know why, but if you're anywhere out there near Laos or in Laos, how do you say it? Is it Laos? That's what I've always said as well. Is it Laos or is it Lao? It'd be interesting because Lao, now he said that, Lao actually sounds right. Now he said that Lao actually sounds like it should be Lao, but is it? That's going to mess with me. If anyone knows, put it in the comments.
Yeah, Taiwan, North Korea, South Korea, Japan, Philippines.
He's just Malaysia, like, this is only easy part now. He's going to get everyone.
Singapore,
he's definitely
Indonesia,
getting everyone, isn't he?
East Timor, Timor-Leste, Papua New Guinea, Australia, New Zealand, and we've saved the hardest for last. I don't necessarily know all these, but I'm pretty sure we've cleared everything else.
So this is interesting to me, and maybe it shouldn't be, but I feel like you would know the islands near to you better than you would anywhere else. Because he's known a lot of the islands, the Caribbean, for instance, the islands off of Africa, but not, and even some of the islands in Europe aren't. Not everyone knows Malta, for instance. It sounds silly, but not knowing the ones near you, I feel like that would be where you holiday. No, I don't know those. I don't know if that's a normal thing, but as he said, Micronesia as well, because that's an obvious one, don't they?
Else, right? Is there anything that we're missing potentially here? I don't think so. I don't see any glaring errors here. We did Liechtenstein, did we not? We might
I'm gonna have to try this, aren't I?
Nice. Sorry if that bothered anyone, but there we go. I remembered. Anything else? I don't think so. So let's move on to the toughies out here. Let's do it nice and logically. I'm going to start here and then move the way back up. And I think that should work. So Solomon Islands.
Yeah.
I'm actually just going to do Marshall Islands while I think of it, actually. Screw that. So then we have Vanuatu, then Fiji.
Vanuatu!
Then...
I really want to go to Vanuatu. I want to do land diving. I know you're not meant to be able to do land diving. It's a whole thing, but it's on my bucket list. I want to do the goddamn land diving. I want to do that. If anyone is in Vanuatu, help me.
Samoa and Tonga. And what is this here? I'm going to come back up here. So Palau, Nauru.
I'd love to visit
Micronesia
Palau as well, actually. Palau
Micronesia, Tuvalu.
Really nice.
And we got two more. Kiribati. And one is missing. Let's scour our screens here. But that was good effort in the Pacific.
Where
so
is
it's going to be some nation state, I guess. We did these two. Some island somewhere. Oh, Andorra. Andorra. Oh.
I literally said the three that people could get that could miss would be Andorra, San Marino, and Monaco. He got Monaco last in Europe, and the one that he completely forgot until the last minute is Andorra. I knew it'd be something like that because they are just ones that you don't think about. Unless you're a keen skier, for instance, you may not. You could be in Europe. I feel like you could be in France and not know Andorra's there. And if anyone that's wondering, Andorra is between France and Spain. So it's such a small country that not everyone's going to know that it's there.
We actually did it then. Hey, I think that's
nice.
My first ever time getting 100%. Now, Antigua and Barbuda is a bit of a shame. I think I definitely could have done that. You just have to take my word for it. And with the rest, we did.
I don't think that's cheating.
Andorra and Liechtenstein. I can't believe I forgot 2 microstates in Europe. That's pretty crazy. But there we go. Not a bad effort.
I
there.
absolutely
let
can.
me know how you guys do if you're able to get all of them. And it looks like I've only been recording for 20 minutes. So that, I would say, is a W in itself. I enjoyed it because I got a lot correct. Let's actually compare to my last episode. Okay, so this fresh-faced fella did it almost exactly 2 years ago. Wow, I did not realize my estimation was that good.
His hair is a lot different. I didn't realize.
And let's see my result. I was stuck on... Okay, I missed Marshall Islands, Tuvalu, Grenada, and Sierra Leone. To be fair, Sierra Leone gave me a little bit of pause this time. Well, Tuvalu and Marshall Islands were fine, though. So, there we go. I upped my score from missing 4 to getting them all, with 0 practice in between, just becoming more familiar with the world map. And yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of this video. Also,
I mean... Fucking well. I genuinely, I did not think. I thought he was going to get about 170. I know that sounds silly because he's a world-class Geoguessr player, but obviously not every country is in Geoguessr. You're not necessarily dealing with the same countries over and over again if they're not on the map and everything like that. And also, if in the minute, I don't know. I think if it was timed, that would be a lot more difficult. I think I would like to get one. He did it in 20. I think 10, 15 minutes would be interesting to do, to see if you could. I think if it's unlimited time, it can be edited down as well. I don't know. But still, incredibly well done. If anyone wants to see me do that, or just do all the countries in Europe, or the countries in Africa, or the countries in North America, anything like that, or all of them, or all the capitals, that's probably the harder one. Anything like that, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, there's a few things I said there, and don't forget, if you understand what I meant about Senegal, do spam the thumbs up in the comments below, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks, everyone.